Good evening or good afternoon. Welcome to the end of week review for this week. This week we are week 33. By the way, we haven't do end of week review for a couple of weeks. We have other things to take care, but part of that we took to take some time off. So that is the reason that we haven't do the recording. But anyway, from this week we will try to do our best to make it every weekly, keep consistent or be disciplined. That's the keyword right there. Alright, so we finished week 33 with a lot of movement or volatile this week, because this week we have a special economic event or economic news, which is the CPI come out on Tuesday, and the markets react positive, expansion upside. But the next day, the PPI come out is respond negative. No, not the next day, but it's Thursday. The PPI come on Thursday. So it's reversed. So you can see it on Wednesday, it's kind of a consolidation mode right there. But today it's really kind of reversed, but it's not really a huge move at all. And that is the CPI data release on August 12th right there. So we have huge wish right there. And we are here. Alright, so next month gonna be the end of the quarter 3 right there. So we are here the second week of October, week 33 right there. So today, let's go look at the chart for today. Right. Look at the chart for today. So here's the 15-minute chart for today. What do we see right here? So we see this is the first leg down. Right, first leg down right there, and the candle after expansion give us some clue right there. You see that break, and if you mark this candle range, and then this candle range you see is in that range, and the minutes you see this setup 1 2 3 test from above twice, and then it break it. See that? Yep. We really want it to be, test from above, break and reverse, but in this case it's a little bit different right here. So we have to decode how we trade this right there. But as you can see that it break, test from above and reverse. However, this it takes for a while from 16 until it go back to reverse, break, and then reverse. It take 3 hours to consolidate, or 2 hours to build up liquidity right there. By the way, before we go in further, we want to share you a word of wisdom. During the week we read this is from an X post or Twitter post right there, and this guy, he says something very resonates with the journey that we are on right now. So basically he said, in trading, the speed and patience are not opposite. That's very beautiful in conclusion. Before that we thought it's opposite, but they are a feedback loops right? The rush of fast gain and the sting of fast loss are experiment. They are reveal the volatiles not just of the markets but also our own decision making. This is where you discover why slow down matter. Then in the lab, in the lab of patient, you test fewer trade and wait for cleaner trade and refine your edge right there. This measure pace sharpen your execution so that when opportunity arises, you can escalate instantly without chaos. It teaches the other. Speak, expose your force. Patient, engineer your precision. And together it involves you from a participant into a strategist. I mean, it's so beautiful word right there. And that is our our words wisdom for this week. It's so resonate for right now because we on the journey right there and we fight challenge right now. We feel sometimes we don't have enough patience. We just want to click, and that exactly we want to show the beautiful beautiful mistake we make, not this week but last week. We blow up our account again and again. So, and we feel very frustrated about that, right? You blow up your account again and again, but we have to flip that. That is where we see our flaw right there, that we cannot control our emotion. We just trade for the purpose of trading. So that's the reason why we see that the patience is the key. And also we need a speed also. When the opportunity presents us, we have to make a decisive decision right there. So it's a feedback loop right there. The guy really capture the paradox right here. Before we read this post, we always thought that the speed or the so-called impatient is the opposite. But it's not. It's just beautiful capture. Oh, so well said right here. That's the one of the thing we want to share with you for this recording right there. So we have our setup, but sometimes we don't have enough patience to wait for our setup. That's where we blow up our account. Alright, go back to the chart right here. So right here, you see, look at the left yesterday when the PPI come out. We did take screenshot and we did pose the question: is this down move finished? Right, this is the level right there at 64, 69. If you look in the daily, that where we see right there. You see that on Wednesday it tests from above. So on Friday we believe that it's gonna go down and revisit level, because test from above, you see that break, test from above and reverse right there. That is what? That is the type 1 reversal setup. Right. Let's open our for breakout type 1. In this case it's reversal. Alright, here's our setup. We trade with this setup. Whenever we see this up, we trade. So we call this a for breakout type 1 and type 2. Right? Most of the time, we still build up our inventories or our playbook. But so far we see that the reversal type 1 the for breakout type 1 is likely going to be happen in reversal, and for breakout it will likely happen in a continuation. Continuation happen in the retracement, and then boom, it continue the trend, of the first leg down or the first leg up. So if we look on the daily, so that's what we say, break test from above and reverse. That is the type 1 right there. On a daily right there, daily, you see the break right there, test from above. Of course, in this case, the break is not really decisive. You see that? It's not really decisive at all. It's a little bit smaller, but at least it gives us a setup right there. That's the reason why we need to go down to the low time frame and track it. So that is the daily. You can see that, from right Monday. So yeah, from Tuesday, it makes this expansion move right there, and then the Wednesday kind of consolidation, and the Thursday it tests from about that level, boom. Friday it kind of reverse right there, but let's see next Monday it's gonna follow this this setup. It's gonna go down to this candle range low right here. That's candle range theory there. Likely gonna come down. Yes, that's what we want to see. Because right here we see the breakdown right here. It not really give any gap at all, so it's not gonna be a big move right there. But let's see. So the point we try to make that this morning, now yesterday when we do an update, yesterday when we do the end of day review, not a review, we just check screenshots, and we didn't have time to do the review end of day. We wish we would want to do end of day review every day, but because of the time constraints, we couldn't do that. We just take screenshot and that's it. So we raised a question right here. So here's a huge down move. So the question we ask is this down move expansion is complete or not? Alright, yes or no? Let's say this is complete, right? You want this complete. Want to complete when you want to see this candle after the expansion move break the buy side, or it tests, it break the level and test from below and reverse, but it did not. But look right here, it gives you some idea right here. Right here we have a setup for breakout type 1 right here, and it's a reversal. So you see right there, it break, test from up, reverse, and it keep going up right there. So we read the question, and today we have answer. That means this down move is not finished yet. And look at how it ended up for today. It's still in this range. It haven't break. You see that it back to rich range right there. How beautiful it is. You see that? It go back to this range right there. That's amazing. It's 10 to 15 to see. Yes, so you see that? It go back at 10 that it touched that level. But it haven't break this low or this buy side. Sorry, but it did break the sell side liquidity right here. Then it come back and come back, but it haven't read the sell side yet. So let's see how Monday next week gonna lay out right there. So right here, do we have any setup? We do have, but it kind of deviate from our type 1 reverse, for breakout type 1 we have break, test from above, 1, 2, 3, boom, reverse. Look at our sub break, test from above and reverse. We want 3 step. Ideally it have to be happen on 3 candle, but in this case it take time to build liquidity. You see that it not happen. If it on the New York session, then you can expect that happen right away, but it did not happen, so you can give yourself some room right there. It can be a type 1, type 1 in this case is not a reversal, it's continuation. You see the first leg right there, first expansion, and right here retracement, boom. You have a continuation right here. So let's take this screenshot and do a documentation right here. So basically we have right here. Okay, hold on. Let's put some time right here. Time is very important, keep in mind. We cannot do anything without time. You have to time. So this one is exactly 9:30. Can you believe that? So in this case, there's no Euro swing. A Euro swing. You want a Euro swing. Yes, so you only do check a trade when you see a liquidity sweep. You want a internal liquidity or external, right? Stop on, in this case it's internal because it's there fellow gap and it go up there, it just refill the gap and then boom. Right, so that's the whole idea of trading right there, the condition right there. So now we see the 9:30, and yeah, let's document this. So try to keep things simple and try to be patient. One trade a week only, and then we go from there. It's it's much easier said than done in this case, and it's okay. We keep failing, but remember, a man is great not because he did not fail. Man is great because failure did not stop him. So we have to become that man. And remember, we're not here to make money. We're here to become a man. And make money is just byproduct. The man that consistent. The man that keep his word. A man that impeccable with his word. He have to stick into his rule and be consistent. That's right. So right here you have that candle line right there, and you see that it break. You see the break right here. Press test from below. Test from below right here, and you see the break right there, and then you have a reverse. Right, and you can see this is a we want this color little bit different right here. So yeah, for this one, we can see that is the first leg down, and then you can see right here is a second leg down. Alright, so the whole thing right here is just a retracement, right? Expansion, retracement, and then expansion. You never see that expansion goes yeah, you can see that it's consolidation right there, but it's likely caused as a retracement. It's two leg down retracement, two leg retracement. Yeah, because of the time. Now put some verbiage on here. Alright, so you have a first leg down, which is expansion. That's what we call expansion, okay? Let's do that. Okay, so right here we have what? Well, the first step is break, and then right here we have a test from above, and in this case it's happened 3 times. That means it will break very, very big. When it break very big, and that exactly happened. Or in theory, you just wanted to test 1 time. It makes sense, right? If it happen, on 3 candles, then you see only test from above 1. But if there are more than candle between the break and the reverse, then it means that it will break very, very, violently, or break very strongly, because it has so much liquidity right there. It build up the liquidity right here, and then boom, hit you out. So that's the whole idea right there of a fall breakout type 1 in this case. So then you have reverse, right? That's we call reverse, or fall breakout. The reverse always in place. In this case, the reverse is continuation, and this is type 1. Okay, so normally you want to see that it happened in type 2, but in this case it happened in type 1. And exception is just because it takes time to build liquidity, and that's exception right there. Alright, so you're gonna have right here is neck leg down, which is another expansion move right there. And like ICT say that everything starts with consolidation, and then from consolidation you have what? You have expansion, and then expansion will go to retracement. Right here, the whole thing right there. But how do we count from here where the consolidation, right? Yeah, I mean, if you look at candle range right there, and you see that the whole thing right there, the consolidation, and it break that level, so it's you can see that it's a consolidation. Yeah, it's up to debate whether we interpret this right here as a cancellation or it's just a retracement. Yeah, you want that to go above here so it can create so-called a retracement, and it makes another leg down right there. So right here we have a full breakout type 1. In this case, it's a continuation. Which is neck leg down. Neck leg down at 9:30. Is that wonderful? Yeah. So wonderful right there. That's our right up right there. Yep. Let's remove this, much look better. So basically the first step, we need to have a break. Second, we have test from above. In this case, it happened 3 times. That means the reversal is very reliable. And it's very fast and furious. Let's look at the recording so we can see that. Let's save up this one. Alright, we just save this and we call it a full breakout type 1, in this case continuation at 9:30. Yesterday we did see similar setup. Alright, here's the recording. So let's see. So right here, right before 9:30, what do we think? So we see that's the first leg down, and then you see that the retracement right here. So it's likely gonna be a neck leg down. You see that? Okay, so 9:15, it tried to, you see that test from above 1, 2, it's gonna break that level, but somehow it not enough liquidity, so it pulled back right there. Yes. Hold on, let's use the other app. It much easier to manipulate the forward and backward right here. Alright, so go back here. You see that we use this one much better for it to see. So you see right here, that is the 9:15. Right, 9:15 gonna close. Yes, just right there, 1 minute. So what do you see? So right here you see that the level right there. Let's take a screenshot right here. Because the screenshot allow us to draw. So right there, you see what? You draw right there. Yes, so what do you see? See test from 1 to 3. there's no reason for it to come back to this level. The only reason come back to it is to break it. So you can go and short them right there. That's right, short them right there. And also pay attention to this candle range right there. You see that? It tests the low of the candle 1, 2, and also it tests the high of that candle. So this candle very key. If it failed to break the high right here, it's gonna be go break the low right there. So it gives us a lot of interest rate there. Yeah. So right there, you're gonna have something like we already mentioned. So you have the first step, and then you have, and then right here you're gonna anticipate. So basically right here, 4 breakout. You're gonna have 4 breakout. First step is break the level, and the second, in this case, it's a short setup, so it's gonna be test from above. This is 3 times right there. And then you are gonna anticipate right here, it's gonna be a reversal. Reverse. And the time is 9:30. And the market already gives you a clue, a fair gap right there. So definitely you're gonna go and take a short right here. It's beautiful setup. It is. Let's say this one. All right, we just merge these two swing shots together, so we have a holistic view, or the whole view right here, 360-degree view right here. So it's first is look like that, right? You see that? It raised the London low also. You see that? And then boom, that's from above twice, and then boom at 9:30 it really break reversal right there, and you have a second leg down or expansion right there. So basically right there, ICT say that right here is a expansion, and then you go into retracement, and then it's gonna go to a expansion right there. But look at that, you see that it's an expansion, and then it go to what? It's go to retracement, and this retracement can turn into a leg down, or it's gonna be turned into a reversal. So in this case, it turned into a reversal. Right? You see that? Boom, break, take on reverse. But in this case, it make a second leg down. Because from yesterday we see that it looked like this down move is not finished yet, and that's exactly today. It go back there, this error, it revisit. But let's see, on Thursday we do have something similar, but it happened right here. So yes, so we do have the 4 breakout. Type 1, in this case, is reversal. In this case, you see that? Break, test from below, and reverse. That is the type 1 reversal we're talking about right here. Right here. Type 1 is on the left, and type 2 is on the right. So you have right here, breaks, take from below, and reverse right there. That is the the yesterday move. It looked like you can see that it looked like a double bottom right there, but that's how it manifests itself in terms of double bottom. Before we studied the pattern, we just generally know that it's the double bottom. It looked like double bottom, but when we take a laser focus or anatomy, we take anatomy to analyze this, we can see how beautiful it manifests itself right there. You see that? The candle after the expansion. It has to be in this way. It's compressed right there, so you can mark the level. For today, right here, the candle after expansion, you don't see much at all, because above that you have a above that you have a failure gap right here. But at least if we look in terms of the 4 breakout type 1, we can see that the setup is there for us, and we know the target going to be around this area right there, and perfectly go there and hit that. So just be patient, wait for the setup. If no setup, and no trade. Yep. So if we go back and look right here at the Monday, actually a Tuesday, you see that we break above the high right here. So we anticipate that next week it's gonna come down and at least close this gap, or if it bearish even more, it's gonna go down and take the low of this candle. If you're very interested if this one close above the level, but it's closed below, so that maybe the down move is complete. If we will continue to rally, that's still interesting to see how it's play out. Okay, go back to the chart right there, and right there you can see the candle ran exactly. See that it tests. You see that the idea of right here. If you want to cast this move, is similar. See that it break and then test from up 1, 2, 3, boom, it break that again, and it revisit this level. But right here is too much close to the close of the day, so it should not be a reliable trade at all. But right here you can see the setup. It can be a decent setup right here. Right, this is the candle after expansion move. Yep, and you can see test from below, break and reverse. But this one is not a really follow up good at all. It's not a low resistance liquidity run. It's kind of very high resistance because it's the end of the day. But you still see the setup is still there. It's still there, right? It's the type 2 right here. Test from below, break and reverse. See that there? Right, test from below right here. Test from below, break and reverse. But it's very high resistance liquidity run. It's not like here, it's very low resistance, move very fast. So it will not stop you out of the trade at all. But you see another gap right there. As soon as you feel that gap, it reverses. So we see the setup everywhere. All right, we saw yesterday and today we have two good setup. For today, Friday, is a 4 breakout type 1 continuation. Yesterday is 4 breakout also type 1, but it's a reversal right there. Let's see on Wednesday. And on Wednesday you see that it's not much movement right there. See that? It's just the whole day is very small range. But on Tuesday, which is a PBI day right there, you see the huge move right there. And then you see the candle after expansion. It tells you that this move is the first expansion, and this one, the candle after expansion, tells us that it's not finished yet. So it's gonna be a second expansion, which is a neck leg up. And you see right here, it's so beautiful. It's a type 2. Remember, type 2 is expansion, continuation right there. Continuation. So type 2, you see it right there. Touch from above twice, 1, 2, break, and then reverse. Yeah, let's look at the documentation we have. Now we don't do the document on Tuesday, but let's do it right now. Yeah, before we do documentation on Tuesday, let's look at the recording. Right here. Alright, here's the recording right before 5 minutes before 8:30 Eastern Time when the CPI data release. And let's see. Let's fast forward to see how it's play out. Boom! You see that? Wow, I need to retrace back. Yes. And you see that it hit this liquidity level right there. And let's move forward. See, it kept retrace back. Boom! See that? Wow, it take out liquidity there. Yes, that's a huge move. Yeah. By the way, if you look in the high time frame, we mark that level. So you see test from below right there, then it break that level. That means that it will be break the level, right? If it revisit that level, that means it will break it to the upside. So high time frame give us bias right there, give us the direction right there. And let's see, break. So let it move down below that level, then we know that that's a retracement. It will be make a second leg up. Yes, see that? Yes, mark that level, candle after expansion right there. And let's see. Wow, wow. Boom. So here's what it looked. You want to see what right before 9:30. Right there. So you see that is the 9:30 right here at this corner on the right, 930, you see that. So what do we see right there? So it breaks down the key level right there, right? So what, and you have a failure gap right there also. Let's see if we can see right here. So right here you see the failure gap right there, but right here the candle after the range is still not finished. It's not finished, and also you see the level, key level on the high time frame daily right there. So we mark this. Want to see how it's play out with level. Yeah. So do we see anything? No, we don't have any stuff for now. Okay. So let's wait how it play out then. Go back here and fast forward. But at least right here we see what the candle range test from above. Let's see it break that level right there. Right, so right there we see if it break the level. Here you have another range right there. So it tests that level and let's see it break it. But we still don't have our setup yet. Wow, look like not break. So any setup right here? No. Boom. See that? Wow. But it break the high of that candle range right there, candle after expansion. $45, it will finish 45. Huh, what happened? Nothing moving. Yeah, you're right. What happened? Yep. We have to move back a little bit. So right here, see that? Has huge move, but somehow you see that. So right here, what do we see? We see that it tests this level 1, 2, 3 times. Let's see it break this time. It did not break. It break. So can we short here? Yeah, you can short here, but it curve very. Yeah, you see that? You have to check quick profits, otherwise you see come back. Oh, I feel sorry if someone takes short right there. You see that? Yeah, because we say okay, if it break the level, it go down. If it break, in this case, it did not. Very strange thing right there. Okay, you come back again. Yes, it break it. Wow. But you see that right here, last level. So see, it tests from 1, 2, and boom, 3, it break it. but we still don't have the setup. But you see that it rate the liquidity. So just see how it is played out from here. So now you see a setup right there, right? Test from above, twice break, and then it's gonna reverse. As soon as it rate this sell side, the low it's gonna reverse. That exactly happened. See that? A minute you see it go there, you can go long right there. We can go long right here. Yeah, you can go long right there. So now you see the setup forming. You have to be patient. Wait for the setup forming. When we're not sure what to do, then just sit on our hand. That's the best strategy right there. We don't need to rush. See that? That exactly setup. Test 1, 2, break and reverse. That's type 2 for breakout, and it's gonna continue a second leg up. See that? That's what we're talking about. Yeah, I think the rest is the history right there. The rest is the history for us right there. Let's fast forward. Boom. 7 minutes. You see 7 minutes? It start moving up very fast. Well, it did retrace back, but after that you see boom, it takes the liquidity right there. So if we go in right here, we have to aim at this because it will retrace. Let's see. Let's see, it's retraced after that. It continues to move up. Okay, so we may take the profits partially and let it run. Yeah, let the winner run right there. Okay, so let's stop this for now. We put together the setup. So here's our right up right there. You see that level, the candle low of that candle range right there. Test from above twice, break and reverse, which is the type is a 4 breakout, type 2. In this case is continuation, which is the next leg up right there. Continuation. At what time? Yeah, we have to find out what time for that. What time for that candle? I find out. Yeah, go to the chart. Go to the chart. We can find out. 10. So 10 is critical time. Yeah, 10. Remember, we show you a couple of times. 10 is very critical. At 10, because it takes another out. Yeah, 30 minutes to build liquidity. 10. So you have 9:30 and then 9:45. Boom, reverse. So the 10 is very critical. Exactly. First you have test from above. This time twice. and then you break it, and then 3 you reverse it. See, that's beautiful. Let's save this one. All right, we just save this and we call it for breakout type 2 continuation. Yeah, we just match with our setup right there. Test from above, break, and then reverse. In this case, we have test from above twice. This is twice, 1, 2, boom, reverse. Any continuation, which is the next expansion right there. First expansion and second expansion. It's beautiful. So that's the Tuesday right there. The Monday is the Monday give us some setup. Yeah, you see the first leg down, and then you have a next leg down right there. Similar. Oh yeah, you have something right here. You see that? You thought that maybe, oh yeah, in this case is the, you call that, you can candle ran right there, or you can get the previous day London, previous day PM, or you can do the range right here. You can see that as soon as hit it level, break test from above, you have a setup right there for Monday. Yeah, let's do that right up. Yeah, let's use the previous day BM high right there, or what's the right? And it also rate the high time frame right here. That's what we put right there. You see right there, that's the Monday, and we did put that level right there. As soon as it rate that level, it boom, it reverse. So it give us a lot confluent right there. But for our purpose setup, we can see that right there. Multi-level, and you see right here. Right here, you're gonna see. Let's make it a little bit different format. So right there. So you see that a little bit different. So you see that quite a setup we have. We only enter when we see the rate liquidity. It did rate the stop hunt right there, and then you have set up for you break, test from above and reverse, break, test from above and reverse. That is type 1, which is reversal, and the reversal happened at 12:30. Let mark it down right here. So you have a 12:30. That is another critical time for us right there. 12:30 right there. And with the high of this one, 25.75. 25.75. Yes, 75. So that's our setup right there. Let's check the screenshot. And do some write up right there. So basically we have what? We have a break. How do we? Yeah. You have break right there, and then you have a reverse right here, and right there you have a test from above. A little bit not enough. Not enough real estate right there, but we will try to make it work. Right, you have everything in this run. Rate liquidity, London and Asia right there, and high time frame also daily right there. As soon as it rate, then it's reverse. So basically right here you have 1, which is break. Break, yeah. And then 2, you have a test from above. Well, if you look in the other way, say, oh, maybe this leg up is not finished because the candle after range is what? Is not rated this one. But if you look high time frame, the liquidity already rated, so it's gonna reverse. That is reverse. So basically in this case we have a full breakout type 1 and it's a reversal and the time is 12:30. Right, so type 1 is a reversal, but it can be continuation, but it only happens in continuation if the retracement go into what it have fair value gap. Yes, if I have fair value gap and it go into a 2 leg down retracement. That's the difference right there. So 1, you have break it. 2, you have test from above. 3 is a reversal. So type 1 is a reversal, but it happened on the continuation exception if there are gonna be two leg down retracement. So here's the exception of the type 1 where it's continuation. It's happened on today, Friday. See that? You have a type 1 right there. Type 1, which is test from, is that type 1? Yeah, break, test from above, and reverse. So in this case, it's continuation because exception is that the first leg have what? The first leg have fair value gap. First leg have fair value gap, and then it create a 2 leg down retracement right there. Yep. So that is the exception. Most of the time, type 1 gonna fall into reversal, but in this case, it fall into a continuation. So that's the difference right there. Anyway, we run out of time. Thank you so much for your time and interest. We really are grateful for these opportunities. We do what we love, then day by day, little by little, we're getting better and better. Have a great weekend and see you next week. Bye for now.